Okay, now we're going to test for the density of a limestone sample and a sandstone sample. And we're going to measure the dimensions of the sample with this caliper. So for the limestone sample, which I'm going to call sample A, the diameter is 25.1 millimeters. Actually, we'll just do, so the radius 25.1 and divide that by 2 would be about 12.6 millimeters. The height is 50.3 millimeters. And then you can calculate the volume. Be careful of the units because we want the volume in centimeters cubed. And then I need the mass. So I've re-tared my balance to get rid of the weight of the beaker. And the mass is 48.89 grams. Okay, so then you can finish the rest. Then we're going to do a sandstone. This is going to be sample B. Its length is 50.2 centimeters. Its diameter is 25.2. Half of that is 12.6. And then the mass again. 52.51 grams. Okay, now this is a dry sample, so we're going to redo this sample wet. We're on page 7 here doing the dry sample, and when we get it wet, we'll see what it is when it's saturated with water. And so I'm going to set that over here, see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it eventually get dark all the way to the top. And it'll be ready to measure the mass again. I'm going to do one more sandstone sample. And I presume 25.1 is the diameter, so just round it off to the same 12.6 millimeters for the radius, and then 24.7 is the height. You can see this is just a 1 inch tall, so 24.7 millimeters, and then the mass 25.51. Okay. Now, sandstone will have a certain mineral for the grain makeup, which has a particular density. Limestone will have a different mineral. And so sample A is the white limestone. Sample B is the tall sandstone, and sample C is the short sandstone. Okay, and then what I want you to do is, in order to calculate the porosity using the equation you derived, you need to fill in the grain density for each one of those, the pore fluid density for the unsaturated sample. Okay, but we're going to do a saturated sample too. Okay, and then you should be able to finish all of that doing those calculations yourself.